Welcome back, traders, to another back testing session. We are over halfway done. We are now in the month of July. This time, this is going to be for the week of July 8th to July 12th. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that originally I wanted this back testing session to be done fairly quickly within 2 or 3 months, but it's dragging on for quite a while now. So I'm thinking this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to release 2 videos a day, maybe just one, but I'll always do a backtesting video, and then I also want to give you an educational video if I can. And that way we'll speed the process, and hopefully we can get this backtesting series done within, I don't know, a month or 2. So, and in order to help me out, I'm not going to be editing these videos very much, so it'll be pretty raw. I'll still pause and start and stop, but yeah. Anyways, that's just to help me out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here. I have the weekly pulled up just to show you that I'm looking at this weekly BTC. We have sell side down here, but I do have these projections, and we'll go into it on the daily chart. I still am bullish, but these sell sides, I'm going to just leave it here just in case we start going down. These are going to be the sell side target. So here's that big weekly BTC. Here is the sell side, and I'm just zooming a little bit more. Sell side on the daily chart, and you can see past week we have been going up 1, 2 fair value gaps. So I think we're still going to go up more. If we do look at this, I have a projection here. This is going to be from this low to this high, so that is what I'm aiming for. We could go to the minus 1.5 or the minus 2 standard deviations, but currently the bias is up. Okay, so now we go into Monday, July 8th at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have 2 levels of short-term sell side. So this is the hourly chart. I have sell side down here below these relative lows, but I don't really think they're in play. I'm really looking at the sell side below this consolidation here. I think we could sweep below here back into this 1 hour SIBI, and then we can propel ourselves up for this projection level. And as you can see, we have the buy side up here. Pretty much a big long consolidation here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for. I don't want to see this buy side get taken out before 9:30. I would like to see maybe 8:30 we come down here into this 1 hour fair value gap, and then we have some kind of reversal close to 9:30, and I'll be looking to long for the all-time high, aiming for this projection level if we can get there. Okay, so 8:30 didn't really do much. You can see the price action has been really choppy. You can see that we don't really have much inefficiency at all. There's a fair value gap here, but pretty much a lot of chop up and down. I'm thinking today may not be a good trading day, but just before 9:30, we went ahead and swept the buy side here. But we'll see if we can sweep it one more time. We may be going into kind of a retracement pattern here. We could be sweeping the buy side. If it goes below this swing low, I'll be looking to short, aiming for the short-term sell side. Okay, and right at 9:30, we get another pop up above this high, and then we started displacing lower. So if we could get back into this fair value gap, I'll be looking to take a short. More specifically, I'm looking to short here at the 20,624.25 with my stop loss here at the high at 645. This should give me enough of a risk for 3 contracts, and I'll be aiming for the short-term sell side, perhaps taking a partial off below these relative equal lows. All right, so I am in 3 contracts, so that put me about 1% risk, a little bit over 1.03, but it's fine. The only concern I have is that with this drop down, we took out this sell side, we took out this sell side down here as well, so we could be popping up for a new high of the day. I really don't want that to happen because we took out the buy side already, pre-market. We had a market structure shift, so I'm going to go ahead and take a shot here, but just so you know, we could get stopped out here. And yeah, very, very choppy. It went ahead and just spiked up there, stopped me out, and I'm going to go ahead and try to take a second shot if I can, but we're going to go ahead and see if this is the Judas swing and if we're going to go up higher from here or not. I kind of want to see another fair value gap before trying to enter again, so just going to wait. I'm keeping my eye on 50% of this wick though, so let me go ahead and draw it out. I'm looking for 50% of this wick to get used as resistance. It kind of lines up with that buy side as well. So I want to see it pop up here, pretty much stop dead in the middle, and then give me a fair value gap, and I'll enter on that one. Okay, so we got this right here. It went to 50%, then created a fair value gap. I skipped ahead a little too much, but I did say I will take the next fair value gap. So I entered here just one contract. I guess I could add here, you know, the one contract only brings me to like 0.3 something risk. I'm only going to do maximum of 0.5 because of that earlier loss, but just one contract. We'll see if we can recover some of those losses from the first trade. Okay, looking good so far. We are going down. I'm going to go ahead and leave my initial risk right there, but I will add another line. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss down here. This is going to just reduce the risk a little bit. I will still be in the red if I get stopped out, but just reducing it because this is a swing high after coming into a fair value gap. So the displacement looks like it's going to go down lower. I really want to aim for the short-term sell side, but we'll see. I may just take it off below these relative equal lows. I'll decide in the next few seconds. Okay, so I went to the 15-minute to decide, and I'm going to actually, instead of these lows right here, I'm going to move it down to this low. This is kind of like part of this whole consolidation here. I will take it off below this low here, even though the short term here on the 1 hour looks pretty nice as well. I mean, they're pretty close, but I'm just going to play it safe. Take it off here right before it goes into that 1 hour fair value gap. Maybe I should take it off right there and then after going down below this swing low. We are kind of getting a reversal here. I hope we don't have a fair value gap here, but if I do get stopped out, then well, that is 13 handles. Not ideal, of course, but well, I did say today was pretty choppy, right? Could have been a day where I don't trade. And the next 10 minutes or so, we got stopped out. 2 losses for today. I am done for today, so we'll catch up and see what the rest of the morning looks like and the rest of the afternoon. So here is what it looks like at 12:15. We just ended up rallying up, creating a new high day, and then we dropped down again. So even though we are getting like big candles, it's still kind of choppy, right? Because you can see at 9:30 we opened down, took the sell side, went up for the buy side, took the sell side again one more time, went up for the buy side. So pretty choppy, kind of seek and destroy. So we'll see what the rest of the day looks like, and then we'll move on to July 9th. So the rest of the afternoon, kind of choppy, also created relative equal lows here, but ultimately we did close up. Looks like we could be heading for that projection target the next day. I will keep in mind that we have relative lows here, we have a low here, and this 1 hour fair value gap. This I'll remove, and we'll go on to Tuesday. So here is Tuesday morning, and we already hit that projection target. You know, I just want to point out that it looks kind of funny with the stair step pattern here. We got consolidation, go up, consolidation, go up, consolidation, went up to that -1 standard deviation projection target. Zooming into the 15-minute chart, we do have relative equal highs here. Buy side is resting above these highs. That's kind of what I'm going to be aiming for. We have sell side down here within this 15-minute fair value gap. So I kind of want to see a sweep of this. We could actually go down into this 15-minute fair value gap. And then I want to see some kind of reversal, looking for these relative equal highs. Now, if at 8:30 or 9:30, we take out these highs first, and then we start displacing lower, then I'll be looking for the sell side target. Well, here will be partial 1, partial 2, and then these lows that I was looking at yesterday are going to be my final target. Okay, good. At 8:30, we started going down, and we took out the sell side below the swing low at 8:35. Now, I hope we can maybe go down one more time or whatever, kind of stay here a little bit before 9:30, but maybe if it gives me some kind of setup, maybe a fair value gap and a confirmation fair value gap, I'm looking to take a long, aiming for these relative equal highs. Maybe 9:30 will get that volatility to push us up there. Okay, so I see a fair value gap here. Let me zoom in because it looks kind of small. There is a small fair value gap here. Then we created another one with a volume imbalance. So it's looking hopeful. 2 fair value gaps in a row. I think we could give it a shot. It already kind of went into this one. I'm hoping like maybe we get a deeper retracement back into this first small fair value gap and just have the risk here. Only what, like, man, that's actually a pretty small risk, like 8 points of risk or so. I could probably do like a bunch of contracts, but not sure. Maybe I'll just go for 0.5% risk here and aim for this buy side. We'll see if 930 give us that. I'm hoping it stabs down into here, but not go below this order block. So that's why I got my risk here, and my entry is up at the fair value gap. Because I already went this one, I think maybe you can take out this low and come into this. Maybe it'll just go into the order block. I think maybe that might be a better. No, I'm gonna stick with the model. Just leave it here. Leave this here as my entry long, and we'll go with, I don't know, like 3 contracts or something. Hopefully that'll be a 5% risk. Okay, 930 came, and we never really got down into my entry here. Even if I had the entry at the order block, I was going to put it right here at the order block, it would not have hit it either. If you put it at the very high on this order block, you would have gotten in, but alas, that didn't happen to me. We did go up though, taking out this buy side. Now I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. We could start going lower, or this could be going up for the minus 1.5 standard deviation. It's kind of hard to see here in gray, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to keep an eye on this fair value gap. If this becomes a fair value gap and then we start seeing support here, get a confirmation fair value gap, I could try for it, maybe taking a partial at the high. But if we start retracing and going down below this big green candle, then I think it's going to go down below this low. And then zooming out to the 15-minute, I think it could even come down into this 15-minute fair value gap. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking at if we retrace all of this up movement. And the market continues to be choppy. No fair value gap. It did kind of retrace all of them, but it's kind of just chopping up and down here. So I'm going to wait and see if, I don't know if there a fair value gap develops or if we start seeing any indications on where price actually wants to go. All right, guys, just before 10:30, starting to see some displacement here now. After it took out the high, we started going lower. I'm guessing this is going to be a fair value gap. It's pretty big, so not going to take an entry here. What is it, 720 something, and the risk will be at 766. 45 points of risk or so. That's quite a lot. Maybe if it gets into the middle, I can try to take a shot at it. Let's say I'll put 1 contract at the 50% of this fair value gap going short, and then my risk is going to be here at the high of this fair value gap. Just 1 contract just to test the waters. What I really would like to see is if we come up here, get a second fair value gap, and the second fair value gap, hopefully the risk will be reasonable, and then I want to take that one, aiming for, well, I'll mark it out if we actually get in. All right, so 10:45, we did get a rally back up to the middle of this fair value gap, so I'm in short just 1 contract. That will put me about 0.5% risk, so half my normal size of risk, and we'll just give it a shot because I think it will work because it's a pretty big fair value gap, but I didn't want to put on more risk. I guess I could have did 2 contracts, do a full size, but I don't know. Okay, if we create a second fair value gap, I'll add to my position, but other than that, I'll stick with 1 contract. I should do 2, but I already said 1, so okay, looked like there was a little stagger here. I'll repeat myself. I probably should have did 2 contracts for a full size risk, but I just decided to do 1. I said I was going to do 1, so I'm going to go ahead and just do 1. I'm not going to take my word back, and hopefully we'll get a second fair value gap for me to enter in. And then where my target is going to be, I'm going back on the 15-minute, and the only thing I really see is this 15-minute fair value gap. Change the color later, but right now it's this red one. I'm looking to take my position off somewhere in here, and we'll make this, I don't know, green. 11:45. It is going down well, but you can see it's kind of choppy, right? There's no inefficiencies whatsoever. but it's taken out this low. It got kind of close to my target. I'm confident it's going to go down there, but I'm not liking this retracement up above this down candle. I'm going to go ahead and just move my stop loss down to at least break even. I think you can see the bodies right here respecting, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right here. That way I'm at least break even if I do get stopped out, but hopefully we can take it off here around 655.5. Okay, that's it for me. It is 12:15. It's past my time window. Maybe we gonna go back up above this high one more time before dropping, or maybe we're gonna start reversing and heading up now. But anyways, 12:15, the time stop. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate it. Taking my position off at 709, so only, I don't know, 27 points or so. Maybe I'm not doing my math right, but anyways, we'll go to the spreadsheet in a little bit. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet, and at 709, it was actually kind of close to 1-to-1, 0.9 to 1 reward to risk. And you can see I had those 2 losses from yesterday. This was only 50 bucks, but I added this new column here, so it was a 0.46% on the balance. And yeah, and we'll see what the rest of the day looks like, and then we'll move on to Wednesday. So here is the end of the day, and as you can see, I closed my position here right here at the top of this retracement. Soon after, during the lunch hour, we did go down into this target that I was looking for. We actually, went down even lower, and now we're kind of grinding back up above it. So yeah, I'm going to clean this up, take all these lines off, and we will move on to Wednesday. Wednesday morning, 8:15. You can see this was the target I had yesterday on my short. We did tap into it, and now we are rallying. So it kind of looks like it's just bumping into that 15-minute fair value gap, and now we are going up higher. I think we are going to take out this buy side. I kind of don't want it to happen right away. I want this buy side to remain intact before 9:30 and have some kind of a sell side sweep, maybe below these right here. So we're going to drop down into the 15-minute to see where the short-term sell side is. I don't really like this. I don't like seeing a sweep below here because we did already use this swing low to take out the sell side below those 2 swing lows. So we may not get a sweep of the lows, but I do see this 15-minute fair value gap. I'm going to keep my eye on here. Maybe we can go back into this 15-minute fair value gap before we head up higher. That's kind of what I'm thinking. 8:30, we go down into this fair value gap, and then sometime after 9:30, we make a rally up for the buy side. All right, just before 9:30, looks like we're just consolidating. 8:30 didn't really do much, and it kind of looks like we are going to rally for the buy side first. I'm kind of tempted to just put an order in here, like maybe a long at 747, have the stop at 732, based off the 15-minute. Right, so if we go back to the 15-minute here, I'm thinking about putting an order here at 745, and here's my risk, 732, about 15 points of risk. I'm going to go ahead and just do 1 contract, just stab at it, because I'm thinking 9:30 we may wick down real quick into this fair value gap and then go for the buy side. So that's pretty much where I am. I want to take that off here. My risk is going to be down here, and my entry is going to be at the high of that fair value gap. So we'll see if we get that volatility at 9:30. If not, it's okay. We'll be patient and look for a actual good setup, but just going to stab at this for 1 contract. And that's why I do 1 contract, guys. Went ahead and pretty much just dropped down and stopped me out right away. But I'm not really counting this as a trade because it's not really, part of the model or anything. So 15 points of risk, I'll take that off of my first one. I'll make sure to remove that risk amount. But anyways, went down here for the sell side below here. We could go down below here as well, but I'm looking for some kind of reversal pattern. I'm looking for a fair value gap to the upside. Man, that buy side is so close. If we take out the buy side and we start displacing lower, then I guess we could look for a sell side below these relative equal lows. Just gonna wait a little bit and see what develops. All right, so the very next candle, this looks like a pretty strong displacement to the upside. Now, remember, this candle has not done forming just yet. It's still forming, but if we do have a fair value gap here, this will be the trade that I want to take. You know, we went down here and then this rally pretty much closed up this gap. And you see this wick right here, we even went above the opening price on this down candle. So we technically do have a change in the state of delivery. Now, as long as this fair value gap remains intact, I'm going to go ahead and try for entry long, aiming for this buy side. If I can hold on to, you know, more contracts, I'll try to hold on to the next one to see how far up I can get. Have my risk down here. I don't want to go all the way down here. I mean, I should, but this up move, I don't want to see another change in the state delivery to downside. And so I'm just going to have my risk here at the low of this up candle. This is going to be 17 points of risk or so. So we'll see how it goes as long as this fair value gap remains intact. All right, guys, the fair value gap did remain intact. It tapped me in and, well, actually, I just noticed that we did go above for the buy side. If this happened, I would not have taken this trade. I would have waited to see if we get confirmation or anything, because I don't really want the buy side to get taken before I enter a trade. Yeah, so I don't think this trade should be valid, because even though it looks like it may work, I don't think this would have been the trade I want to take, because I don't want the buy side to get taken already, which it did. So yeah, just gonna wait, see if we get another fair value gap to the upside. I'll try to take it, and I'll go light. I'm only gonna go like 0.5% of risk, but we could get a complete reversal if we come down below this down candle or this up candle and we start displacing lower. We could look for the first partial on a short for these relative equal lows if we do get displacement lower. Okay, so we did have a fair value gap here, but you know, we took out the buy side and created this fair value gap, so I did not really like seeing this. But immediately, right after creating this fair value gap, we actually created a fair value gap to the downside. And this candle here is still forming. Let's see, the high here is 74, 75, 74. So equal highs here. But I'm going to go ahead and try for a short with my risk up here at the high, because what I'm thinking is we took out the buy side, then we started displacing lower, and we traded down below all these up candles. So we have a change in state delivery here. I'm looking for, well, I guess these relative equal lows. That's going to be my target. And I'm not in just yet, but if we get a little spike up, I will be tapped in. And it's kind of going against the higher time frame bias, so I'm not going to go super big here. This is what, 20 points of risk. Well, let me take a look at the spreadsheet and I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, so looking at the numbers, I'm actually going to go with 2 contracts. Give it a shot. You can see that earlier loss here was a 0.25 loss. With this right here, this is going to give me a risk of 0.7. So with the earlier loss in this, that'll pull out to about 1%. So yeah, this is going to be counted as my first trade of the day, and we'll see if this goes. And let me zoom out a little bit just to get my targets right, because yeah, I don't really think it's going to go down here. So yes, this is going to be my ultimate target, and then I will take one partial below this low. So if we go down below this low right here, yeah, these relative goals, this will be the first partial, and then this will be the, well, ultimate target. I only have 2 contracts anyways, so let's see if we even get an entry. Okay, so I was hoping that either this candle or the next one was going to come and take me in on an entry, but I guess it did not technically. So we started going down lower. We went into this fair value gap and this old fair value. I'm going to take it away. I don't really think it's relevant, but potentially we have another fair value gap here. So if this fair value gap remains intact, I will take a short entry here with, well, I guess my stop will be up here. Yeah, we'll say up here. This is a balanced price range, right? One up or one move up, one move down. So I don't really expect price to come up into this fair value gap again. It's pretty balanced. Now, what you could do if you want to be more conservative, have it at the high of this fair value gap. This will give you 25 points of risk. Or if you want to be a little bit more risky, you can just have it up here at this fair value gap. And this would give you a, well, 17 points of risk or something. So I'm going to be a little risky. Hopefully it doesn't stop me out, but like I said, you know, conservative, you want to have it above this fair value gap because this is a balanced price range. So we'll see if we get an entry. We'll first see if the fair value gap even remains intact here. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and try for a short, aiming for the first partial down here. And again, looking at the spreadsheet, going to go ahead and try for 2 contracts, which will be about a 0.6% risk. So let's see if we get in. Okay, so the fair value gap did remain intact and I did get tagged in. So 2 contracts in, I want to take one off down here, set my stop to break even. Then I want to take the second one off down below these lows. Okay, a little bit after 11 o'clock, did hit my first partial, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my stop loss above this up candle, and yep, setting it break even. Looking for the second contract to get taken off below these relative equal lows. Now it took off the first sell side. I think we could have some retracement, maybe back into this fair value gap here. I don't want to see it go above here, but of course we can go back, like, you know, come back up here and then drop down for my TP. Okay, well, it did rally up and stop me out break even. At least I got a good partial on my first contract. We'll see if we get down below this low on the afternoon session. Kind of looks really choppy, honestly. Like it went up the buy side, then went up for the sell side, but not take this out. I think maybe it's setting up for another run above this high. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the day. So this is the end of the day, and as you can see, we did rally up above this high and we started going up a lot more. It looks like it may be reaching for this 0.5% or 1.5 level. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more visible here, and that could be a target for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and go into Thursday. All right, so Thursday morning, 8 o'clock, and again, consolidation, right? I mean, this kind of pattern has been happening. We consolidate and then we rally up. But looking at the week, you know, here's Monday. We start off Monday and we pretty much just went up and came back down a little bit, but kept going up. So Monday is the low of the week so far. When I'm thinking about power of 3, we're kind of rallying up, and today's Thursday, so maybe we'll get a Thursday reversal. So we could hit this negative 1.5 level, but then get a reversal going for Monday's low of the day, because then we will, well, this will be the manipulation leg, right? And then we drop down, and then we could even go for this short-term low if we get really animated. Of course, that doesn't have to happen. We could just have a pretty small week, consolidation week, maybe hit this and then come back into equilibrium. But I'm thinking power of 3 for a Thursday reversal down for these lows right here. But first, we got to pop up for the high. I think the key here is to pay attention to this 1 hour fair value gap. We could go down into the 1 hour fair value gap, provide support, and we go higher. But if we start going down below this 1 hour fair value gap, using it as inversion to push price down lower, then that makes my theory more realistic. So definitely, I think keeping an eye on this 1 hour fair value gap is going to be very important. Quick look at the 15-minute. I got my sell side down below here. Buy side's technically above this high here, but that's just 1 wick. So I'm going to put it down here just to be a little bit more conservative. It's kind of, you know, closer to all this consolidation. So that's what I'm looking at for the buy side and the sell side. And man, the 5-minute looks ugly with all this choppy up and down movement, but we'll see what happens at 8:30 and 9:30. Right now, I don't really have a bias. I'm kind of neutral, just trying to keep an open mind. Okay, 8:30 we popped up big. Probably some kind of news event today. Thursday after NFP, maybe today's CPI day. Anyways, so we had a big rally up. This buy side's got blown out completely, and yeah, we'll see what 9:30 has to bring. So we did tap into that negative 1.5 standard deviation. We'll see if we get a reversal. If we do get a reversal, what I want to see is pretty much all this move get taken out. If we come down here and then get support, then that's going to move us to the upside. So right now, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Really going to keep an eye on this huge gap that we have at 8:30. Okay, so just before 9:30, we did actually close in the gap with all the wicks and stuff. And now we're kind of back into this fair value gap here. I'm gonna just wait because 9:30, not sure what's gonna happen. Maybe we pop up for this fair value gap and create something, but I'm gonna wait till after 9:30 to look for a entry. Okay, so after 9:30, it looks like a Thursday reversal may be likely. We do have a fair value gap. This is the first fair value gap. Well, I guess it's like right before 9:30, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to take 2 contracts here. This is 16 points of risk, so 2 contracts here, 32 points of risk, and I'm looking for this low down here. I see all these lows down here, but you can see this already took out everything. So I'm looking for this second white line, and I want to see price go down into that 1 hour fair value gap. So hoping for a pop up here to just get me in, and then a quick move down. Okay, so we spiked down actually for the sell side, so I'm not really liking this anymore because I think we could go up above this high and go into this fair value gap for maybe like a second run or something. So I'm gonna take my trade off, see what develops, because I think we could take out this high and then start moving lower. So not gonna risk it right now, just gonna wait. Okay, so price headed down even lower, and it went into that 1 hour fair value gap. Remember, keep your eye on this 1 hour fair value gap and pay attention to what happens. Maybe we don't go down below it today, maybe we go down below it on Friday, but either way, I want to pay attention to see if this is going to get used as inversion. Remember, going back to the 1 hour, I'm thinking power of 3, this could be the high of the week, and we come down, aim for Monday's low. And here we go, we've got huge displacement to the downside. Let's just zoom out a bit, take a look at where the low points are. So here is going to be a partial for sure. And then I think this is Monday's low. That's what I will be aiming for. Looking down at the lower time frame here, I don't want to see this get taken just yet. I want to see some kind of retracement up here. I mean, a lot of a big range. I want to see price go at least back into this fair value gap on the 1 hour, and I'm going to put out a line here. This could potentially be my risk, right? Because I don't want to see price go above this 1 hour fair value gap anymore. So if it comes down to, I don't know, somewhere in here, maybe this fair value gap, maybe this volume imbalance right here, maybe I'll take a short. I'll just go ahead and mark it out here. Maybe just like 1 contract or something here. And yeah, we'll try for this. It's about 30 points of risk, just 1 contract, and that's only if we don't take out the sell side right away. All right, so the sell side got taken, so I'm not exactly sure what I am looking for anymore. I kind of feel like I missed everything this morning. Looking back at it, what could I have done better? I don't really see anything I could have done better. I mean, the only opportunity really was after this big drop down here. I could have gotten in somewhere in here, but ultimately, I think on the 5 minute, it was really hard for me to get in with this model. Maybe if I went down to the 1 minute, I could have gotten something, but you know, I didn't even go into the 5 minutes, so how could I get something on the 1 minute? It would have been something, you know, with a little bit wider risk. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm wanting to see a retracement back up into this fair value gap, and then looking for displacement lower to aim for that ultimate TP. So we'll see if there's any more opportunities to get in this morning. I don't really think so. I think it's going to be an afternoon or a Friday trade. All right, so I guess I could try to take a chance on this. You can see that we did go into a fair value gap, and then we start coming down, and then here we may be creating a small fair value gap here. So I guess I could try and take a shot here. Since we've already taken like my first partial and everything, I don't want to risk a lot. Let me take a look at how much risk is this, and I'll decide on the contract size. 30 points of risk or so, I guess. So just one contract. And that's only if this fair value gap remains intact. I'll just risk one contract and I'm looking to take it off there. That is going to be it for the day if that happens. All right, guys. So I did get in. So I am up, or I'm in one contract, risking about 32 points of risk. And I'm looking to take it off down here. And that will be it for the day. If we create a new low day, I really want to just go ahead and put my stop loss to break even. So we'll see in the next few minutes. All right, great. 15 minutes passed and we have another displacement. So moving the stop loss to break even, I'm actually going to keep it above this order block. I don't want to see the gap that we just created get closed in completely, but I'm going to play a little bit safer, go above this order block. I am break even. And looks really close to my target. So as soon as it goes down there, I will be taking my one contract off. Ooh, all right, guys, had a little scare there. It came pretty close to my stop loss, but did not violate this order block. So then it just turned around and boom, went into this. What was this again? Like a 1 hour fair value gap. It was a Monday's low, I believe, right? Monday's low. Took out Monday's low a little bit after 11 o'clock, and I am pretty much done for today. We'll see what the rest of the day has to bring, but I am out. Glad I was able to get something. I mean, I thought I was missing this entire move, and that's something, when the move happens and it goes through your first partial, goes through your second partial, you may feel like, oh, I missed it. There's no chance. I might as well just turn the charts off and go to the gym or something. But I went ahead and just stuck with it, looked at the chart, for my time window, and I was able to find something, and I didn't go big. Remember, I only took one contract, so I don't know. Let me take a look at the spreadsheet, see how well we did today, and then yeah, we'll move on to Friday. All right, so here is the spreadsheet for this week so far. This was a trade 2.68R, which was really, really nice. And looking at the net for this week, we are green again this week. We had a horrible Monday, but we were able to bring it back and a little bit up this week. So yeah, let's keep it going. Let's go on to Friday. Actually, I'll give you a quick look at the end of the day and then we'll move on to Friday. All right, so we did go down below Monday's low and we pretty much just stayed under it the rest of the afternoon session. So just clean this up and then we're going to move on to Friday. Friday, I think I'm looking for this short-term low here. I kind of feel like this negative 1.5 standard deviation is probably as high as we will go for the short term at least. And we'll take a look at the hourly chart going into the next morning. All right, guys, Friday morning, 8:15. Looking at this short-term sell side that I had marked out, well, on Monday, that's kind of what I'm looking at going into this week. We did already have a pretty big drop. We may not go much lower. Monday's low was about here, so I guess we could even go below the next swing low. So let me go ahead and duplicate this. This will be the secondary target. I kind of feel like we may have a bounce up somewhere in equilibrium. We may just close the week somewhere in the middle. Who knows? I'm kind of betting on it going down below these relative equal lows. But I kind of want to see a pop up into this fair value gap before we do that. Let me go ahead and draw this out. All right, just to be clear, I want price to go up into that fair value gap or at least take out that swing high before we start heading lower. But I want to zoom in a little bit and get a little bit more detail on the 15-minute. And yeah, we don't have to go up to that high as long as we take out this swing high. And yeah, let's go ahead and start walking through on the 5-minute chart. Okay, we had a little bit of volatility here at 8:30. We did come and sweep the sell side already. So now I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for. We could keep going lower, but maybe we're going to have a reversal here in the morning. Looking for this 1 hour fair value gap that I marked out. We'll see. I think I'm going to wait till 9:30. Yeah, maybe I'll keep an eye on 50% of this wick, but this wick happens so fast, I may just want to just ignore it. But here's 50%. Keep an eye out, and let's just move on. Okay, so it's a little bit before 10 o'clock. 9:30 didn't actually do too much. We kind of consolidated here, and there was this small little fair value gap. It didn't look like it was being respected. This order block was being respected, and then here at 9:45 we started moving up for this 1 hour fair value gap. I don't really see any opportunities to get in. Maybe if it comes back down, we could shoot for this entry long for that 1 hour, but I don't really like that. I'm just gonna wait. I want to see it go into the 1 hour, and then we start reversing down lower. Even though this got taken out, maybe we could go a little bit lower because it was just a quick spike or a quick drop. We could want to clear out some more of the sell side, so just gonna wait. On the other hand, we could just be going into this fair value gap up to the upside here, so not sure. I mean, we're already up for the week. I'm kind of happy with that. Maybe I won't trade today. Just gonna keep watch and see what happens. Okay, so now price at close to 10:30. We went into that 1 hour fair value gap. Now here is the important part. Are we going to trade above this 1 hour fair value gap, or are we going to start seeing displacement lower? We already have a small fair value gap that it tapped into, so we could be seeing some big candles in the next few minutes. And if that happens, maybe I think I want to take a short, maybe aim for the partial at 50% of this wick, and then maybe at the low of the wick. Not sure. Right now, just want to keep my eye out on what is going on, because we could still be bullish. Sorry, a little lag there. We could still be bullish, so just want to keep my eye out on what is going on in the price action. All right, so far it looks like it wants to head up higher. Am I wanting to take this fair value gap or not? Let me take a look at the risk down here. Over here will be my entry. Pretty big range. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it is 40 points of risk, so that is pretty big. I don't really want to see that, because I was originally just looking for this 1 hour fair value gap, but kind of looks like we may be able to pop up to that blue fair value gap. This is what I will do. I will take one contract at 50%, show the price right here, and yeah, we'll take this up. This is what I want. I'm just gonna take one contract, 50% risk down here, and we'll just see how it goes. So I get stopped out, and yeah, I'll be giving up some profits, but I don't think I will be in the red. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a shot. Yep. Did not think it actually was gonna go for me, so yep, I am out. Went into the blue fair value gap. Remember that blue fair value gap is a really large 1 hour fair value gap. Maybe on the 15-minute we can narrow it down a little bit more. Yes, up here, just drop a line down here. It's also close to about 50%. I think that's maybe where it wants to go this morning. But I think I'm done. I'm not really going to be trading. I'm just going to watch what price does the rest of this morning. And yeah, I think that's it. A bad start to the week, but pretty good on Thursday. And then right now on Friday, I just don't really want to get too ambitious. It's kind of consolidating at the low of that fair value gap. Could this be resistance? I mean, it's getting close to my time window ending, so I think we are going to be dropping down lower, but it's already lunchtime. It's 12:15. It's a Friday. I'm done for the week. Thank you guys for joining me for another backtesting session. Like I said, not really going to be editing this video. It's going to be pretty raw. But hopefully you guys found some insights here, and maybe I'll put out another video later today. Something educational, maybe an ICT lecture. Maybe I got some other stuff I was thinking about putting out. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, safe trading.